Welcome to 254Promo. This is a show for young people where we'll discuss the political future of this country. Today, my guest here,
James Wanjiko.
James Wanjiko.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Pleasure.
How are you doing, man?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as I said, we are here to discuss the political future of this country.
Yeah.
As young Kenyans, we have to take charge. The next elections are around the corner. We have to do what it takes to make this right, to make things right this time.
Very true.
And by that I mean we have to make the right decisions. We have to vote right.
Yeah.
But the big question is, how will we do that? Because the politicians are going around. They will do everything to make sure that they mislead us, so that we make the wrong decisions.
Very true.
So we have to go out there, talk to other young people, our colleagues and other people, and we tell them this is the way to go. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
happy to see you around.
I'm happy to.
So, what do you do?
I'm a student.
Yeah.
I'm a second year student.
Yeah.
At Kenya Institute of Media and Technology.
Okay.
Pursuing diploma in mass communication and journalism.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you want to do something with you want to be a journalist in future, or?
Yeah. In the near future.
In the near future.
In the near future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you live?
I live in Mathare.
Yeah.
That is area 4.
Okay.
That's where I live. I live alone.
Yeah.
My parents are far away from there.
Okay.
So they live in up country.
Okay.
So I live there alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a nice place.
It's a nice place.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been living there for how long?
Now it's 6 years.
6 years.
In
Mathare.
Yeah.
So okay. I'll ask you a question. What are the challenges facing young people who are living in Mathare?
Basically, when you talk about challenges, challenges are very broad.
Yeah.
Challenge may be positive and may be negative.
Yeah, true.
Depending on how it is, the nature of the challenge.
Okay.
But allow me to start with the negative if I go to the positive ones.
Okay.
So one of the challenges that we face in Mathare is we have a high number of youths there who are not educated.
Okay. By
this I mean we have a lot of youths whom other people call them as jobless collar people.
Yeah.
So if today I'll take you there, or if you can go there just to go and take a walk around the streets or around the place, you'll realize the place is merely populated. The majority there are youths. So either you visit there in the morning or it's at night, it's youth that you'll see mostly. Okay. And they don't have job, many of them. Okay. So the issue of the job opportunity, it's rare there. Okay. And this might be a result because nobody will employ you today in Kenya if you're not educated. Yeah. So at the bottom line, education is the key factor. Okay. So basically, education, access to the education facility there is a problem. Okay. So if I try to look at the entire region, we only have one secondary school serving a population of nearly 90,000 population.
90,000 people?
90,000 people. Okay. So in terms of youth, it's nearly 60,000 youths. Okay. It will become very difficult for all these people to access such kind of facility in that local area. Okay. Also, we have like one government primary school. So if you also try to subdivide it according to the number of youths there, it might be very difficult. As much as we appreciate the effort of the President Kibaki's effort in 2002 in trying to make education to be free, the free primary education. Yeah. Many people have access to the institutions. They have learned. At least in literacy, it's below. It's not like compared to the previous government before Kibaki came into power. Yeah. But they are educated, but they cannot go ahead from, apart from their primary level education. Okay. Yeah. So it also becomes a challenge indeed. Okay. Because nowadays, even if you want to be a sweeper at any government institution or a private institution, they want you to have papers. Yeah. So it becomes very difficult for these people to be employed today in Kenya. Okay. So what many opt to do, they have what they call garbage collection, whereby every household is entitled to pay 100 shillings at the end of the month. Okay. So this is a group, the initiative of the group of the youths that they have come together just to try to create employment to them, to avoid them indulging in some other activities like robbing and smuggling and any other bad kind of activity that youths are involved.
But that's what we want. We want young people of this country to take charge. We don't sit there and wait for guys to create employment for us.
Very true.
We go ahead and create employment for ourselves.
Yeah.
And as you're saying, education is a challenge.
Yes,
but if you didn't go to school, you can't say now because I didn't go to school, I just stay like that.
Yeah.
You have to come up, think. I believe everyone has a talent.
Yeah,
like you can come up with something. Even if you start from point zero,
yeah.
you can start whatever you're doing, however small it is. Yeah. One day it will grow.
Very true.
Okay. So another challenge.
So apart from education,
yeah.
Other challenge that we have, despite of the Kenya now trying to achieve the Vision 2030, the government is really working towards achieving that. So that means Kenyans have to dig more deeper into their pocket. So this one's gone for money.
The cost of living is high.
Exactly. The cost of living has gone up.
Yeah.
So you find you can find a family, for instance, they're living like 6 people in this single household, and maybe it's only the mother who is providing for everything. So it becomes very difficult for the mother to provide for all the basic needs of all these children.
Yeah.
So people trying to work out on how to survive the next day. That's one of the challenges. And that's why you'll find that if in a family we have like 3 ladies, for instance, some of them they indulge into even prostitution. Just if you ask some of them today why they are there outside there at the cold, are doing whatever they are doing, they're doing the hawking, they'll tell you, if I don't do this, my family will go hungry. So what about the parents? That they are working, but they are getting like 50 shillings in a day. That is through maybe a collection of firewood. Others they are mambogas at the kiosks. Others they sell groundnuts along the roads. Others they roast maize. So others they depend on kibarua za kufulia watu manguo. And these are not recurrent expenditures.
They are not consistent.
Exactly.
It's a one-time thing. Then you have to sit down and wait until it comes back again.
Yeah. So it has become a collective responsibility throughout the houses. That I wake up in the morning, go out. You two go out. You two go out. Go collect whatever you collect. Bring it together. At the end of the day, we share it equally. So it has become a responsibility of each and every family member to take part in the bringing of the bread on the table. So that's one. That's also.
So we have lack of education opportunities.
Yeah.
Then we have the cost of living is very high.
It's very high.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah. Another one. Let me embark on. Let me call. I can say it's the problem now of being informed. That is ignorance.
Yeah, ignorance.
Ignorance and literacy.
Yeah.
So much in the place.
Yeah.
Although it has been substituted by education, but allow me just to build something on that.
Yeah.
Like right now, you just introduced the show,
Yeah.
talking about for the coming general election.
Yeah.
Many politicians are taking advantage of this place.
Okay.
You just showed the other day when you had a menace.
Yeah.
The other day when there was the rolling of stones, and then we lost many lives were lost at that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
We saw politicians going there, and they went with the different expressions. It was good to see the Prime Minister being there as the first person and try to go and console those who lost their friends and relatives. But at the end of the day, the promises that politicians make, they never fulfill. They're never a long-term solution. Some of them came there, they provided blankets and mattresses.
And then they're off.
Then they went. But they forget that for you to sleep, you need to be somewhere under a certain shelter. So you have given me blanket, you have given me mattress. Now what about if it rains? Who's going to protect me from the rain? So at the end of the day, it is a drop in the ocean in whatever that you do for these people.
Yeah.
And you know, as the saying of the white man goes, you should not give a person a fish, but train him how to
teach them how to fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what people in Mathare need.
They want to be taught how to fish.
That's what you want. You don't want the fish.
Yeah.
We want you people to come up with the infrastructures at our place. We want you people to come, take those people who did well in the examinations, but they never made it to join either colleges, other campuses, or high schools. Take them to schools. Give them the key to success in life. Somebody that will never come back to you and beg for anything from you.
So you guys are saying you don't want a politician coming to give you 100 shillings or 200.
Exactly.
You want someone who will provide a long-term solution to all the problems.
Very true.
So that even yourself, you can able to create an opportunity for yourself.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
Yeah. So we are saying ignorance is a big thing. And I think one of the major problems that is facing us as young people is ignorance. But I won't blame the politician too. I also blame ourselves as young people. Right now, the radios are all over. Even if you can't access to buy, even if you can't afford to buy a newspaper or something, you can listen to the radio, listen to what's happening around the country. Go as you walk around. I see, like, even I've been to the slums a number of times. Not even numbers, I've been there many times. I have friends who live there. What I'm saying, sometimes I come and see people watching movies, like the one that you pay 10 shillings. What I'm saying, like, tell that guy, before you watch this movie, can you please let us watch the news? Let us see what's happening around the country, so that we become informed. Let us know what these guys are doing. Because what I think, we wait until the politician come and say, you know what, these are the elections now, or this is how we are supposed to do. Then foolishly, we just follow them. But how are we going to correct that thing of ignorance? Because I think we have to correct that before we can come to correct all these other things.
Very true.
Yeah.
So to me, I normally believe if you're not part of the solution, then you're the problem.
Yeah.
So in this case, as youths generally, I'm speaking this now to the entire nation, the whole youths of Kenya, it's up now that everybody has to come out of the cocoon, to come out of that bracket that the youths of Kenya today, they cannot do anything by their own. They have to rely, or they have to be given something for them to do anything. People to complain about finance or capital to start any business. I believe capital is not money, but capital is the brain, the idea. What do you have? If you have an idea, how are you going to present it? For instance, if today I invite you to my place for supper, I have cooked a very nice pilau, and I serve you the same pilau at the dining table. At the same time, I take the same pilau and I serve you at the toilet place. Which are you going to take it, for instance? Of course, you'll go for the one at the dining table, because also the setting allows, and it's a very conducive to take that. So also the way we present our issues to stakeholders or to sponsors, it also matters. So basically, I'll say that all these problems, the solutions relies on the youths. Nobody else can help them, because we are the one who knows our problems. Look at how today people, how technology is growing very fast. People nowadays use the plastic bags to recycle them. They come up with very nice recyclable and things that can be used for long-term solutions. That's something that youth can do. The garbage collection initiative, it's something that doesn't cost much. It's only that you have to come as a circle. You form a circle, you get registered, and there you go. Also, under the youth enterprise funds, they also give soft loans to people, to groups. People have to group yourself, get registered first, then go get a loan from the youth enterprise fund, because that money is there to help us. It's not there to help anybody else.
A quick question. Quick question, James. Information. You know. Like whatever you're telling me, you know. But I bet there's a big group of your friends back in Mathare. They don't have the same knowledge. So instead of us sitting here and talking a lot, what are you going to do yourself as a person? And your friends, of course, you know, like where you live in Mathare, the other informed friends like you. What can you do yourself, you and your friends? And I'm putting this as a challenge, and I believe you have to do it. You and your friends, you go, au mabesti wote, hawa say wote wenye sahi wanakunywa changa huko mtaani, ni mayouth. Hawa say wenye pia wengine ni madingo. Hawa say wengine wanafanya vitu, hata mademu, au mademu yangu yana engage na hiyo prostitution umesema. Na hizo vitu zote. Unaona? How? Cause me na believe wewe kwenda kwao kuwabongesha watakusikiza sana juu mko na wao kwa hiyo system moja. Na usipowabongesha hakuna mtu huko nje atakamkuabongesha.
Kweli.
No. So I'm putting a challenge to you, because what we want to do is to inform every young Kenyan from every part of the world, even those who are in diaspora, like everyone, so that these guys who are aspiring leaders and everyone, they won't be able to manipulate us. We'll be able to know this is a true person, this is a false person, this person is telling us the wrong things that we shouldn't follow. You see, all these things, I'm challenging everyone. Ukitoka hapa, uendo group na mabeste zako. And what you'll be providing to these guys ni information. Ukipana na mzee kwa rodi, mbongeshe, chapiana naye kiasi, mwambie by then ni aje. You have to come up with an approach so that the information spreads, so that all these people, county representative, the MPs, the governors and everyone, when they come to the slums and make you wanakujanga Mathare wanafanya wase wabambike sana. Nani alikuwa hapa? But akienda shida ni zile zi.
True.
So me, I want us as young people, we take the initiative. We inform our other zinataka ni mswaji usimu avoid jua unaenda chuo and kuna base yako endangi chuo hapo useme wewe ni dingo ama kunyochanga. Talk to him. Can you do that? Because if we get the ignorance out, they'll make sure we get the right leadership.
True.
When we get the right leadership, these are people we can approach. They also people who will have solution to some of the problems we are facing. Because pia ni wase wa creative. Usichague mtu hivi ana idea venye ana sort out problems zetu. So how will you go about that?
It goes back now to how structures are being formulated.
Yeah.
Of course, you have the hierarchy, you have the chain of command down the line. That now brings on board everybody, right from the government, the family, the churches, private institutions, and everybody. First, the role of the youth at the in the development of the national care has to be defined, right from the constitution up to any other law that is there.
But to cut you short,
yes,
we have to define our role.
Yeah, very true. It has to be defined by this.
By us, we have to define it.
But by this I mean, which position have we been given in the society first as youths?
But
because today, anything that happens in the society, for instance in Mathare, every finger points at the youth. Today, I have dreadlocks. Very many people have a very bad perception about the dreadlocks. Like I can remember, it was just another day, I just entered in the matatu, and there was a woman seated next to me. She was very, very comfortable indeed. Even I was forced to alight at Modaiga to pick another matatu so that at least she can feel that she's relieved. So at the end of the day, it still lies, the problem still lies at the community level, leave alone the youth level. Huh? Because if anything is being done in the society, most fingers have been pointed at us. If anybody is being smugged outside there today, when you're walking out there, who will be the first suspect? The youth will be the first.
But we are doing it.
But at the end of the day, who is making us to do it?
No. But
who is making us to do it?
Yes, there's that big question.
Yeah.
But I think there's a choice.
Indeed.
There's all the question of choice.
Indeed.
For example, why haven't you chosen to be a mugger or a thief?
No.
And that's why I'm saying we inform young peoples. Because you can leave mugging and join, like you say, and you start a garbage collection scheme or something.
Indeed.
You can join as a group and start something positive.
Indeed.
If you say you're doing something negative because the system has forced you to do it, the same system will consume you.
Indeed.
And the system is very ready to consume you. You'll mug people for 2 days, 3 days, the next day you are shot. People in your area make a lot of noise, kijana alikuwa mzuri, and you're gone. And so my point is, I want us to take the mantle by our hands and do things. We can do it. And the point I was telling you, I want you and your friends there, where you come from, Mathare, the informed ones, you form a small group. And even you start by yourself, informing other people, other young people. Unaenda mtaani ukibonga tu na ukienda church, kama uenda church, ukienda pali uenda kucheza ball, ukienda play so meet na mayouth wengine, unaambia by the don't lead them to voting to anyone, no. Let them make that decision. But kabla wa make your decision, wakuwe informed. Atina vote ya juu mse akona my interest at heart. Si juu mse amenihonga, ama juu mse anatoka community yetu, ama sijui ni best ya nani.
Okay. So I've gotten you very well.
Yeah.
The question is, they have to be informed.
Yeah.
Youths, we have to be informed.
Yeah.
But now, it has to start from somewhere. Because look at the interpretation of the Constitution, for instance. Very many different experts are interpreting it differently, and they're really moving the masses. They're really influencing a big crowd of people, both positively and negatively. People will interpret a different clauses at the Constitution differently. So, what I can request, youths are usually ready to work in any way.
Can I tell you why they're interpreting it differently? The reason they're interpreting it differently is to mislead us.
Exactly.
Mashika. Yeah. And these people will never change. Everyone will interpret the Constitution how best it suits them at that particular time. Tomorrow, if they're in a different situation, they'll change. They'll say the constitution, this chapter and this says and this. They say it's a right of whoever to do this and this. So ndio to make sure hiyo katiba ikuwe interpreted na wase wengine on our behalf. Sisi wenye tunaweza isoma na tuelewe inamaanisha nini, ndio tunafaa kupasia information to mayouth wengine. Now, because very sure a young person in your area will trust you more than the way they trust a politician. Excuse me. So if you have that information, ndio nasema tusingoje hiyo chain information itoke huko juu to vote. You don't need to interpret the constitution to vote. To vote for the right person. Unajua huyu msee anatuchocha, unajua huyu msee ndio to incite tunaingia violence, tunafight wasiasi wa community yetu, unajua huyu msee ndio tuambia tukachome nyumba za kina nani. Do you need katiba ndio ujue msee ni mbaya?
What I'm trying to say is we need to bring those people on board who at least can be the facilitators, can be the pioneer of all this movement, of all these changes at our community level. I might be educated, but I might not be informed, because this I'm going to deal with a group, and if I inform them the wrong way, it's the more we are continue to worsen the situation.
But I think
by this I mean the best thing is we can identify, we can go back at our villages, at our old communities and society. We identify those people who are legible, those people who have potential, those people who can be used to educate the masses.
And that's what I want you to go and do that
exactly.
with your friends.
But through that, after these people have been identified, take them for a workshop, for instance, for a 1 week or 2 weeks workshop or a seminar.
Who will take you for workshop?
Inform them.
Who will do that?
So now that's where now the problem lies. Because that's where now the problem lies.
I think the problem is Kenyans think that a certain NGO will come train you and educate you about your rights. Ati kama mkiwa sasa Mathare, there is that mindset that kuna NGO itakam, kuna wazungu watakam, or teach about your rights, or teach about democracy, or teach about this how to vote. You see? And that mindset lazima tuimalize. Because tuna believe lazima mtu atukuja atuchukue atupeleke workshop atu train. Anaenda kwa train ku vote.
No.
You get? What I'm saying is, mimi nataka hiyo mindset itoke. Juu hakuna mtu, let me tell you something. All these people, they come for an interest. Nanipata. Someone will come there with their movement so that the next time they go to a documentary, and then they get more money to continue doing that. The next time they watatoka hapo, wakuja waongeleshe so that they show the world they've been talking to you. Mimi nataka sisi wenyewe with the nothing we have or the few resources we have. Wewe sasa ukitoka hapo ukienda mtaani, ukienda kwa neighbor yako kijana ubonge naye, will you spend anything?
No.
Utaenda tu mgonge umzeni aje buda uko area si tukae chini tuchapiane kiasi. Mwanze kupiga tu stories za kawaida alafu ingize stories za siasa. Because politics inatu affect to the core, unajua? Kungekuwa siasa ni mbaya sana hii country, hatungekuwa tumekaa hapa. Labda tungekuwa kwa bush tuna fight. So politics affect us. Mimi nataka tusingoje hawa si facilitators unaita sijui na hizo workshops. You start with what you have. Hiyo kidogo yenye hatuna na yenye tuko nayo tufanye nayo. Wewe ukienda saa hii upigie utumatuka message utumie best yako mwambie ni aje. By this kesho to meet saa 2. Mkae wase watano, mu discuss future hii country kama wa vijana. Mseme by the way tunavaje tuambie pia hawa wase wanakuja campaign huku, hii ndio agenda yetu. Kuna doyote utatumia kufanya hivyo? That's what I want guys to do. Because tukisema tungoje ati sijui NGO sijui nani akam, kuna mtu atakuja na atakuja at the right time for him. See the right time for you guys. Atakuja the right time for him. So I think we need to take it ourselves with the nothing we have. Kuchapiana story mkiwa rendea wa mtu 10, mudiscuss future hii country mkiwa mayouth. Hamtachajiwa kitu yote. You don't need any facilitation. Hata unaweza jitolea useme niko na kaso kujeni mtaani nitapika kastrungi na ninunue mkate moja to discuss future hii country.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has already I'm getting you clear.
Yeah.
But sasa angalia mali shida inatokea. Na maana nakwambia at the end of the day there must be a cause There must be something behind it. Many youths, like I said, everything has been commercialized today. Everything has been done that without the Kenyan shillings, you can't live, you can't survive. So it comes to an extent whereby, as much as you are willing to stretch so far, as much as I'm willing to help these individuals, at the end of the day, this person brings the idea of time is money. At the end of the day, nobody is willing at our level today. Nobody is willing at our level to sit down with you, share whatever that you have in mind. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that's coming out because allow me just to say this, because the baton that was passed from one generation to another, it is the baton of it's you give and take, rather than just giving and passing to the other person. So by this I mean that like today we might sit down. We do have some local barazas, amakamkunjis, with my neighbors there, and many a times, like the issue of the Miguna stuff and Prime Minister, it has really created a very big rift in Mathare today. It has really created a very big rift.
Why?
Simply because we have conservative people in the village, in the community, rather, whom you cannot tell them otherwise. Some of them, they have not read the book. Some of them, they have not listened to the real content of the book. They have only heard them from interpretation from their parents, perhaps, or maybe they were in a matatu. They had interpretation from a different person, and they stick to that. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to sit down, read the book, and then they interpret them for themselves.
That's why I don't trust. You see, like even with those barazas, I don't want you to go discussing personalities.
Indeed.
Because the moment you discuss personalities with people, they take sides.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, no, that person has not done that, or that person has done that.
Yeah.
So it becomes a tussle, and it's very hard now for you to listen to me when I'm fighting for someone, and you are fighting for someone.
Yeah.
But the big question is, we are fighting for these people, and for them, wanaishi vizuri sana wa there.
Yeah.
I want on those meetings, when you meet your young people and stuff, discuss issues. Shida yetu ni nini? Hakuna mawax. Shida yetu ni nini? Mayouth wengi wako kwa crime. Shida yetu ni nini? Mazee cost of living iko high. Shida yetu ni nini? Ignorance. Tukidiscuss na waya issues, it's very rare that hatutasikizana, because we are not naming people. And na mimi sitaki to discuss hawa siasa hii wako. Ndio to discuss what's aspiring. And the only way you discuss them is when they come to present the ideas to you. Unasikia huyo Kanjora alituambia nini? Huyo MP alituambia nini? Umsanda kwa governor alituambia nini? Then mnakaa down mnasema by the way huyu hawezi, huyu anaweza. You get? Information discussions, the moment you try to discuss personalities, tukiwa discuss hakuna watu watasaidia. Na tunajua history zao wote. So let's discuss the issues na to discuss solution. Ndio mzee wote anakuja ukambia tunaambia by the way hizi ndio issues zetu. How will you sort them out? Then tunajua anaweza mawezi.
Then it's time. I think it's time now. It calls for everybody. It calls for you. It calls for me to be able to curb this problem, because the system of politics in Kenya, it is not based on policy oriented stuff, but it is based that is rather on the party. So people vote for party rather than the policy that the party has.
You don't even vote for party.
Or the individual.
They vote for personality.
Exactly, that the individual stuff, but not the policy. People they're not even aware of what this person is capable to do. Look at the records. Nobody's willing to look at the records. But people rather look at the person or at the person himself or herself, and they do the voting. But now, as you have said, right now we are concentrating on those people who are coming, rather than those who have been in the government at the moment. And for those who are aspiring, at a youth level, let me speak this at a level. For instance, let me take at a church level. How many youths today are ready to take leadership level at the youth? Just even at the youth group level, many people are forced just to take those leadership level. So it becomes a challenge. Right now we have been given an opportunity as a youth representative in at the parliament, but it will bring it becomes very difficult for people just to take it as an initiative and to represent their fellow youths. If you look at the both gender, if it has to be taken care of, are our ladies ready to do that? Are they ready to go for those positions? Are our gents ready to go for those positions? Or we are ready to wait to be endorsed? That's another problem that you have at leadership level. Some of you will tell you that, no, me, I can't do it. I'm not educated. I don't have the money, or I just fear. I don't want to whatever.
You know, the problem is it's the attitude we have towards politics.
Exactly.
Unapata tuna ignore politics sana. Tunadhani politics ni ya watu wengine. Na watu wengine wenye tunadhani politics ni yao, hao ndio wana make decisions zenye zinatu affect.
Yeah.
So it's time we realize that politics is our livelihood. And by our livelihood I mean it affects decision. Make decision mafuta iongezewe, ukiwa Mathare mafuta ikiongezwa utafilaje? Si lazima utaifeel. Na hiyo decision imemekiwa na nani? Na hao wazito huko juu. So kama will make the wrong decision utalaumu nani?
Utajilaumu.
Si ndio? Wakisema tax imeongezeka, nani usema tax imeongezeka?
Wabigi.
Si ndio? Ni mabigi. Kama tulichagua mabigi wenye hawako in touch na huo mtu anaitanga mtu wa kawaida. Tax kiongezwa kitu ulikuwa na baiso inakuwa so mbili ama wanchwani, si ndio? Inakuwa affect kwa nini? Alafu unaanza kusema tunaomba serikali ipunguze sijui. Hiyo serikali nani aliyeka hapo?
Ni sisi wenyewe.
You get? So that's what I'm saying. It's decisions yenye si you make every 5 years. So you make decision fulani. Na si ujukulie hiyo decision ikaa joke. Ndio anavutia na nini wa tribe yetu? Anavutia na nini? Alafu hizo miaka 5 unaishukilia.
Kweli.
Ati yo mazee serikali haiko, it doesn't have the interest of the common mwananchi at heart. There is no one, if we don't make sure the person who is going in is in touch with the common mwananchi, akiingia si ati ataanza kuwa in touch na wewe. You get? So that's what I'm saying. Let's take it upon ourselves to change the system. System wezi, hao watu wamekuwa kwa system wanajua benefits za hiyo system. And there is no way they can change that system.
Kuna vile za watu wao.
Una get? Washajua hii system, hizi ndio benefits. So who will make the system to change? Ni mtu ako kwa periphery. Ndio when the periphery reacts, the core also is affected.
Yeah.
You get? So I think it's for us to make a decision.
What I was saying, it's true. Whatever you've been saying, it's true. That's what is affecting you, basically. But I have a message to them. It's very important. If you look at our ministers, hakuna mtoto huyo minister akuchonyona anyona indaga kila asubuhi. Tuko kwa daro moja, tuko mastudent ka 60 ama 80 kwa hiyo daro. Na kila chuo zingine hizo private ama zao masonko, unakuta daro iko na student ka 15 ama mtu kinde kwa hiyo daro moja. Wako very comfortable. Space hata kwa desk kuna kapekea.